and if you're new, what up? So you guys, I'm back with another Shop My Stash. I'm super excited to do this round of Shop My Stash because I'm going to be adding in a lot of the items that I got from my Sephora VIB sale. A lot of those products have literally become staples in my makeup routine, and there is a specific makeup routine that I have been doing that I am so in love with. I can't stop doing it. Quite literally, it's my new and adopted, updated makeup routine. So I want to put in all of the products that I have absolutely been loving and naturally reaching for since I've gotten that haul in. So I'm ready to switch all of these products out. Well, some of them are going to be staying in, but I'm ready to switch most of these products out so that I can incorporate the products that I love to use to do that particular makeup routine. So in this video, we are not going to be going through my drawers or anything, just because, like I said, pretty much everything that I'm bringing in is from my actual haul. So I didn't even put those items away because I've been using them and testing them out. So there's no need to actually shop through my stash. But let's talk about the products that I had in before. And I do have pictures this time around, so you guys will be seeing looks that I did from my previous items in my Shop My Stash. So for my primers, I did have in two from e.l.f. I had in this one. This is like the mattifying primer. It's a tea tree oil type of primer. It's more silicone based. It's okay, but this is one that I actually need to use up. So eventually that will be going in a project pan. And then I had the e.l.f. X Dunkin' kind of like luminous primer that I really did enjoy using. I love this primer and the shimmer and glow that it gives my face. But for now, for hot weather, this isn't the primer that I want to be reaching for. I'm actually going to leave in my Morphe foundation. I'm taking out my Too Faced Born This Way because I did use that and I found that I really do still enjoy that foundation. And I'm also going to be keeping in my NARS Soft Matte Foundation because I actually didn't get a lot of wear out of this one. I still don't have my thoughts together on that particular foundation, and that one is new to me. All of my concealers are coming out. So the Morphe 2 Hide and Peak Concealer, the Kylie Cosmetics Concealer, the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Concealer, as well as my e.l.f. Color Corrector. I've been finding with the makeup routine that I've been doing, I do not need to color correct. So that's amazing. It's very full coverage, very full glam, and I am loving it. So I haven't been needing to use that orange color corrector. All of my powders are coming out. My Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Translucent Powder was nice. Of course, my Laura Mercier A Translucent Medium Deep Powder is always nice to use, but I have found another product that gives me like the same effect, and I have been obsessed with it. So I'm going to put her back, and we're going to be using that new powder. And then this is my Black Radiance True Complexion Loose Setting Powder. I did get good use out of that powder, and I do still really like it, but I'm going to be putting it back. Okay, so I dropped y'all down a little bit so y'all can see what's in the other drawers. Actually, and this one is my Natasha Denona Bronze Face Palette, Bronze Cheek Face Glow Palette. And I did hit pan, you guys. I said that I wanted to put this into my Shop My Stash so that I could try and hit pan on these two cream products. I didn't hit pan on this one just yet, but this is the one that I use the most anyway. And I did manage to hit pan on that cream product. So super excited and happy about that. I am going to put this back into my collection for a little bit longer. And then we had my cream blushes. So the first two, my Rare Beauty cream blushes, I actually got these before the Sephora VIB sale. So I have the shades Worth and Virtue, and these came out a few days before the sale actually started. And I wanted to go ahead and pick them up because I didn't want them to go out of stock. Absolutely love both of these. The colors are super duper pretty. So you can see one is more of like that beigey kind of terracotta, almost orangey color, and then the other one is like a true rose type of color. Both of those are gorgeous on my skin tone. And then I have my e.l.f. Putty Blush in the shade Bali, which I actually did not get a chance to use. I'm just not feeling that color right now, and y'all will see why. And then I have my One Size blush in Freaky Peach. So this is the trio, and I did really enjoy using this one. But again, right now I am not into like the peachy tones, and you guys are gonna see why. So going down to this drawer, I did have my Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer in. I did not hit pan on this, y'all, but y'all can kind of see that I'm super close. Like I'm really close to hitting pan on this bad boy. Like the actual dip is insane, but I didn't manage to do it in this round. I'm pretty sure like if I were to rub my finger right there in the center, it would uncover some pan, but It's good for now. I'm gonna take that out. And then I also had in my NARS cream bronzer, which is somewhere in one of my makeup bags, but I did have in my NARS cream bronzer, so that's coming out. My Jaclyn Hill bronzer in the shade Poolside. This is absolutely amazing, you guys. I really love this bronzer. It gives enough warmth and sculpt to my face. It's really, really deep, so it works perfectly for my coloring right now, as well as if I tend to get a little bit darker. I did not use these Benefit blushes at all, and I'm gonna take them out just because I'm not feeling them right now. I know I just bought them at the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale, but I'm just not feeling them right now. This Pure X Barbie highlighter, I did use this a couple of times, so that's coming out. This Smashbox Cali Contour palette in medium deep, I did get a lot of really good use on this. I know it doesn't look like it, but I use this blush a ton. I use the highlighters, I use the bronzer slash like sculpting powder, so I did really get some good use on this palette, but it is coming out. And I actually did not use my MAC blush in Lovejoy. I don't know why. I wasn't feeling the shimmery blushes. Like right now, I'm not feeling shimmery blushes and I'm not feeling highlights. Okay, and then out of my lip products, I absolutely love the Morphe Soul Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade My Boo. That's like my go-to nude type of color, so of course I love that one. I definitely use my Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip. This was like in a deeper, more rosy type of shade. I thought that was really pretty for spring, so I did use that. I did use my NARS Turkish Delight Gloss. I used my e.l.f. O Face Satin Lipstick. This one is in the shade Hustle. Really love that one, and I used it. I also used my Milani lipstick in the shade Tease. Super, super pretty, pinky type of nude shade. You guys are going to see these lippies in like the pictures that I end up putting on the screen. The rest of these like pinky shades, I did not use them. So this liquid lipstick from Live Glam in Paris, I didn't use it. I also didn't use my Milani matte lipstick in Blissful. I also didn't use the Morphe lip gloss in Pixie. And I did not use my Lawless Forget the Filler gloss in Bitten. But I'm almost done with the two other minis that came in this little set. So, you know, it's okay if I didn't use this one because I'm almost done with the other ones. Okay, and then really quickly, I'm going to run through the eyeshadow palettes because this is when I'm going to start inserting the looks onto the screen. So my Wet n Wild Color Icon palette, I actually did not use this one, which is surprising because I know I said I wanted to use that one. I also had in the Too Faced Light My Fire eyeshadow palette, which I did not use. Surprise, surprise. I did, however, use my ABH Norvina palette, the volume 4, and this one was so pretty, and I created a super gorgeous look with this one, and I did get a lot of compliments on that particular look. I also created a couple of looks with the Kylie Jenner Pressed Powder palette. This is her 24K eyeshadow palette. I do really enjoy this one, so I got a couple of looks out of that one. I did get some looks out of my Natasha Denona bronze palette, which this is not the original layout of this palette, and I did bring this in. I can't remember if I showed this in my last Shop My Stash video or if I brought it in afterwards, but this is what my palette is looking like, and this is not the original layout, but I did get a lot of good use on this palette. I did dip into my Colourpop Limoncello palette. It doesn't look like it, but I did go ahead and dip into that one. My Disney Midnight Masquerade palette, did I use this? I think I used one color from this palette. So, I mean, I dipped into it, but not really. I did not use the L'Oreal Paradise Enchanted palette. And I did not use my Colourpop So Very Lovely palette. Terrible, I know. This is what the inside of it looks like. I did not use it. And I also did not use my Creme Brulee palette from Violet Voss. Listen, I don't know what was going on, but I did not get good use out of my palettes this go around. And that's because I was reaching for a lot of other different things. But that's okay because I feel like for this round, I'm really going to get some good use out of the products that I'm bringing in. Like I'm super excited for all of the products that I'm pulling in. So let's just go ahead and start talking about them. So I'm going to start with my setting sprays. So the first one that I'm going to bring in is going to be my One Size Until Dawn Mattifying Setting Spray. I have been obsessed with this thing. I feel like it's already like halfway done because I have been using this to set pretty much all of my makeup looks. I can't stop using it, especially because I really have been using the primers that go with that setting spray. And so it's just amazing. It really sets down my makeup and it really mattifies my makeup as well. So I also want to bring in another setting spray that I got during the Sephora VIB sale that I haven't really put to the test as much as I've used that One Size one. So this is the Milk Makeup Pore Eclipse Setting Spray. So I want to get some use out of that one because I've been focusing so hard on this one and going so hard on this one that I haven't really gotten my thoughts together on this one. So I'm pulling that into my Shop My Stash, hopefully to help me use it. Okay, you guys, so for primer, it's gonna seem like I have a lot, but I actually don't because two of the primers I use together. So I'm gonna be bringing in both of my one size primers that I got during the sale. The first one is the Secure the Blur Makeup Magnet Primer, and this one is for blurring and mattifying the skin, but I also use it in conjunction with the one size Secure the Sweat Primer, which these two are actually made to go together. If you have extremely oily and sweaty skin, they're made to go together and they just prolong the makeup so well. Like, you guys, I can't even stress enough, these are like my heavy hitter go-to combo right now. Since the weather is warm, they are so long wearing. My makeup looks so good. I can't, you guys. I love these products. So I will be putting both of these in. And then because I'm putting in that Milk Makeup Pore Eclipse mattifying setting spray, I also want to pull in the primer. Now, I've already had this primer before the sale and I'm obsessed with it, but I just want to see how it's going to work with the actual setting spray. So I'm excited to test that out. And then another primer that I'm bringing in from my haul is the Dior Forever Velvet Veil Primer. This is the mattifying primer. So it says 24-hour blurring matte primer, long wear comfort. And I really want to pull this one in because I want to use it with my Dior foundations to see if all of the products play really, really well together. And I have actually worn this one a couple of times and I really like it, you guys. Like, I really, really like it. So those are going to be the primers that I'm bringing in. Like I said, I'm leaving in my Morphe foundation and my NARS foundation, but I'm bringing in two more foundations. And again, I know that seems like a lot, but one of the ones that I'm bringing in is a foundation that I actually want to wear with all of these other foundations. And that one is the Huda Beauty Stick Foundation. This is their like faux filter skin finish stick foundation. I have mine in the shade 500G. And I've just found that when I add this stick foundation to my liquid foundations, the coverage is outrageous, which is why I say I don't need a color corrector anymore, because I have this like super full coverage base and it's not heavy. It doesn't feel heavy on my skin. So I want to bring in this stick foundation to use with all of my liquid foundations that I have in this round. And then the last foundation is my Too Faced Born This Way matte foundation in the shade Chai. Love this foundation. I can't believe that I haven't used that foundation in so long because it is one of my top favorites. It's one of my go-tos. It never fails me. It really stays on my face, long wearing, you know, oil controlling, all of the good things. So I love that foundation and I just want to use it more. So then for concealers, I am bringing in three, I believe. So I'm bringing in the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Warm Sand to go with that foundation because, again, the products just play well together with each other. So I want to bring that in. I also want to bring in my Givenchy Prisme Libre concealer, and I have mine in the shade, what is this? N345, and I actually really do like this concealer. I've used it quite a few times since getting my haul in the mail, and I know that I really, really like that concealer, just like the Dior Forever Skin Correct concealer. That has become one of my favorite concealers to mix in with others, to wear on its own. Like, it just looks beautiful and flawless under the eyes. So I really have been loving that one. And then I'm also going to be bringing in my little mini NARS concealer. How many times can I say it? I want the products to play with each other. So because I have that NARS foundation, I'm bringing in that concealer. And then we're going to move on to powders. So I have a lot of powders that I'm bringing in, but they all serve a different purpose. Well, not all of them, but they serve a different purpose, okay? So the first one is going to be my Makeup Forever HD Ultra HD setting powder in the shade Banana. Again, I am obsessed with this powder, and for my go-to makeup routine that I have been obsessed with, this powder is one of the key products that I need for that routine. So I love to use this to actually set and bake all of my highlighted areas, but I also put like a light layer of this around my face for that like blurring effect. So I really do need that product. And then the One Size Beauty Translucent Ultimate Setting Powder. This is another product that I can use to go over my entire face, like set my entire face with it when using a Beauty Puff sponge. And I feel like it really just blurs out my skin. It really just like makes me look super smooth and filter like. So I need that powder as well to set my face. I don't use that for under my eyes. And then I'm bringing in my Givenchy Prisme Libre powder. So this is in Pope Lime Mimosa. This one has 4 different colored powders. And for this one, I actually can use it to set my entire face as well as set under my eyes. But the majority of the time when I use this powder, I use it to set my entire face. And again, it gives that really like blurring type of effect, which is what I have been into so much lately. Like if my skin is gonna look blurred and perfected for hours and hours and hours, that's what I need, okay? And then the last powder, again, to set set my entire face with. This is going to be my MAC Studio Fix Pro Set Blur Powder. So this one is in the shade Dark. Now this is the product that's going neck and neck with my Laura Mercier Ultra Translucent Blur Powder, because this right here, this blurs the skin. Okay, I never thought that anything was going to be touching my Laura Mercier blurring powder anytime soon, because I rant and rave about that product. But now I'm about to be ranting and raving about this one, because this powder is so dang good. Again, I love using it with a puff, and it actually comes with its own puff. So I love using that puff to actually set my face. It's a really good high quality puff. So this product is absolutely amazing and I love it. Okay, so I was able to get all of those powders in there. Now we can move on to my cream bronzer contour type of products. So in my Sephora haul, I did get the LYS cream bronzer stick. Now, after using this, because I did test this out, I got the shade Strength. I'm pretty sure I 100% could have went with the shade up from this, which would have been like the more tan type of shade, because this color Strength right here is super dark. I'm gonna show you guys, like this can almost be like a contour sculpting shade on me. I know it doesn't look that dark on camera, but when I put this on my face, it literally gives me more of like a contour type of vibe. So I really could have went with a shade up from this, but I'm gonna keep using it and I'm gonna keep playing around with it, and I will probably have to like mix it in with my bronzer products and use it more as like a contour. So the next product that I have is the e.l.f. Halo Glow wand, and this is their contour wand, and I have the shade Tan Deep. Now I don't know if I really like this product. I've only used it one time, and the one time that I used it, it put a bad taste in my mouth, because the Tarte Sculpt Tape product, that is my top #1 beauty wand product. Like that gets a standing ovation from me. It gets an A+. I love that product. Y'all have seen me use that in action, and if you haven't, I will link the video where I used it. That gets an A+ from me. So now I compare every beauty wand product to that one, and this one is not living up to the hype. This one is patchy. It does not blend out super easily. It dries way too fast, like even faster than the Tarte one, because I feel like the Tarte one dries fast, but this one dries way too fast. And like I said, it's patchy and it's not as easy to blend, so it's not my favorite product. Okay, and then I'm also bringing in my Rare Beauty Stick Bronzer. I feel like I just had this in a rotation. This one is in the shade Full of Life. Maybe I didn't have this in a rotation, but I want to use this product because, again, this is more of like a bronzer shade on me. When I compare it to the one from LYS, like look at that, you guys. This one actually gives me bronze warmth. This one right here is like more of a contour. So I want to bring that one in and see if I can like use the two together to kind of play with each other. I don't know. By the way, you guys, I'm not bringing in any cream blushes because the type of makeup look that I have been doing does not call for cream blushes. I know, shocking, right? Oh, and I actually forgot a powder. I don't know how I forgot this powder, but this is my MAC Studio Fix Press Powder in NC47. This is a product that I have been using, again, to do my go-to makeup look, which I don't know how I forgot about this powder. But that absolutely needs to go in here some way, shape, or form. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take this Colourpop No Filter powder out of here, and I'm going to put my MAC one in there because I have no use for this Colourpop powder as of right now. Okay, so like I said, no cream blushes because the look that I have been doing does not call for cream blushes, and I just don't want to add any in. So we're going to go with my powder bronzers. I'm only bringing in 2. The first one is actually one that was in my last rotation, and I'm bringing it back in. This is the Colourpop Press Bronzer in Pacific Beach. I love the warmth of this bronzer. It is just absolutely amazing. I love it, and it's gonna match with that Rare Beauty one really, really well. It looks so good on my face, you guys. I absolutely love it. If you want to see how it looks, go and check out my last couple of videos because I'm wearing it in those videos. And then my Haus Labs bronzer. This one is in the shade number 10 Sculpt. This one, again, is more of like a contour type of shade on me. I don't know. It just looks really, really brown on the skin. And like, yes, that's what I wanted when I bought this product because I didn't want a super red toned bronzer because I have enough of those. But it really just looks like a contour type of product on me. I don't know. I have to use that one a little bit more to kind of get my thoughts together on it. So that's why I'm bringing it into this rotation. Now for my blushes, I'm actually bringing in quite a few blushes. I'm bringing in the Haus Labs blush. This one is in the shade Watermelon Bliss. Super, super bright blush. I've been into these lately. And then I'm also bringing in my Pat McGrath Labs blush in Cherish. This is one that I got during the sale, and it's like that really bubblegum cotton candy pink. Now, these are the type of colors that I have been into to 100%. And for that reason, I'm going to also be bringing in my Juvia's Place Volume 4 Blush Duo, because I have been putting a hurting on this thing. You guys aren't going to be able to see it on camera, but I have been putting a hurting on this blush, and this is part of my like go-to makeup routine. So I need that one, and so is the Juvia's Place Blush Duo in Volume 6. I have been using this color in conjunction with these two colors right here to do that really like pink blush trend that everybody has been doing. So I absolutely need those products, like 100%. I need them. Okay, so before we move on to lips, I'm going to go over these palettes really quick. The first one I'm bringing in is my Anastasia Beverly Hills Primrose palette. I haven't gotten a whole lot of use out of this one, so I want to bring that in. I'm bringing in the Violet Voss Sakura Blossom palette because I think this is just so perfect for spring. I really want to put that shade all over my lid, but y'all can see this is like a super shimmery, pretty pink palette, so I should be getting good use out of that one. For a nice change up, I'm going to be bringing in the Colourpop Tinkerbell palette, and this one is super pretty, and I am drawn to this green. I don't know if you guys can see the type of shimmers that it has in it, but it has these like teal blue shimmer reflex in it, and for whatever reason I'm just drawn to that shadow. I really want to put that all over my lid, so I thought, you know, why not, let's try and get some use out of that palette. For something basic and simple, I'm bringing in my Too Faced Teddy Bear palette. I really like this cutesy little palette. It has some really nice shimmers in there, some really nice crease and transition shades that I can get good use out of. So a very simple and easy type of palette. Also for some nostalgia, I want to bring in this Colourpop Main Squeeze eyeshadow palette, and this is what that looks like. It's pretty much just a red watermelon type of palette, and I miss this. I remember when I first got this palette, you guys, I was living here in Georgia in the same area, and I had got this palette and I was super excited to have it. So I want to bring back a little bit of nostalgia, and to go along with that, I'm also going to be bringing in this Colourpop Super Shock Shadow. They had this available at the same time that they had that palette available, and this one is in the shade Birthday Treat. So it's a really pinky, peachy, shimmery shade. It has lots of glitter pinpoints of pink and gold, and it's super pretty. So definitely want to pull that in as well to get some nostalgia feels. Then the very last palette that I want to bring in is going to be my Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. Again, no, this is the Sunrise palette. This is not the actual layout of this palette. These three shades right here are from my bronze palette. So I did switch my palettes around, but I still want to get use on this palette because I'm mostly going to be focusing on these pink and purple shades right here. So yeah, I want to bring that one in as well. I'm not going to be bringing in a lot of palettes this round because with my go-to makeup look that I've been doing, I don't necessarily need a whole lot of glittery, shimmery eyeshadows. It's not for my lips. My lips are actually really simple when it comes to my go-to makeup look. They're more of the pinky nude, and y'all know that's typically not me. I usually don't do pinky nude lips, but this routine has taken over, so I have to have pinky nude lips, okay? So the very first shade I'm going to bring in, this is from Live Glam. Would this be a Shop My Stash if I didn't have some Live Glam lippies in it? No, it would not be. So this one is in the shade Expensive, and it's a really pretty kind of nudie pink shade. And then we have these two, well actually these three products from the Alondra and Elsie collection that Live Glam partnered with them on. So we have the shades Chai, Latte, and Cherry Pie. So this one is a really cool pale nude shade. This one is like a nice creamy caramel brown, and this is a pinkish tint lip oil. So I love all of these products, so I definitely wanted to bring those into the rotation as well. I also want to bring in this Pure X Barbie lipstick, and I think I had this one in the last round. This is in Trailblazer, and it's a nice pinky nude shade. If I'm not mistaken, I had this in the last round, and I guess I'm just keeping it in for this round because it's a pinky nude, so it fits with the theme of everything that I'm doing. Another Live Glam lipstick that I have, this one is new to me. This one is in the shade Presence Please, and this is one of those nudes that's right up my alley, and I know y'all are thinking it looks similar to these shades right here, but it's actually not. It's actually quite different from both of these shades. As you guys can see, this one is a little bit deeper, more of an actual caramel brown, whereas these are different. So I wanted to bring that one in as well. And the beauty of those nude liquid lipsticks, I can actually put pink glosses over the top of them to give them more of a pinky feel to go with my go-to makeup look. So love that. And then I'm also going to be bringing in this very old MAC lipstick. This one is in the shade Nicki's Nude, which is a super throwback, y'all. Like, this is a throwback, but I have been loving the crap out of this shade all over again. So I want to pull it in and I want to use it and enjoy it while it's still good, while I still remember it, because I kind of had forgotten about it in my collection. So I really just want to use it and love on it. And it's that nice pinky nude shade that I have been wearing with my looks. So it fits perfectly for this round of Shop My Stash. And then I'm going to be bringing in this gloss, and this is the Dose of Colors X Donald and Daisy collection, and this one is in the shade Daisy Duck, and it's a super pretty kind of holographic type of lip gloss. It's pink and it has like purple pink shimmers in it. Super pretty. All right, you guys, and with that, I think that is everything that is going to be in this round of Shop My Stash. So I am super excited about the products that I put in here. And like I said, I've already been reaching for a lot of these things and testing out a lot of these things, and I'm finding that I really enjoy the products. So I think I'm gonna have a really good couple weeks or a month worth of products to use. So I'm super happy about it, and I definitely will be doing some looks and showing you guys everything that I use and create with these products. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new, you should definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button, join the Fragrance and Beauty Army, as well as that bell notification so that you can be notified every single time that I upload a video. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace.